The movie begins in a world both familiar and strange, where every human soul lives outside the body as an animal companion called a demon. In this world, a fierce and curious orphan girl named Lyra grows up within the ancient stone walls of Jordan College, running wild across rooftops with her demon Pantalaimon and her closest friend Roger. Lyra has no patience for rules or scholars, but even she senses that something dark is moving beneath the surface of her world, something tied to whispered rumors of disappearing children and a mysterious substance known only as dust. One day, Lyra and Roger are confronted by a group of rough children led by Belacqua, who demand that Roger be handed over. Thinking quickly, Lyra lies her way out of danger, promising Billy a powerful poison as payment if he leaves Roger alone. Though the threat passes, Lyra knows the danger is real. Children like Roger are being taken by shadowy figures called the Gobblers, and no one truly knows why. Lyra's fearless bravado masks a growing fear that the world she knows is about to change forever. Soon after, Lyra sneaks into the private chambers of the college master and stumbles into a secret meeting. Hiding in a wardrobe, she overhears a chilling conversation between the master and agents of the magisterium, the powerful religious authority that governs society. She watches in horror as a drink is poisoned, clearly meant for her uncle, the explorer Lord Asriel. When Asriel arrives moments later, Lyra bursts from hiding to save his life, unknowingly placing herself at the center of a dangerous political struggle. Asriel reveals his discoveries to the scholars. Lyra listens in awe. He speaks of dust, mysterious particles tied to consciousness, and of worlds beyond their own where humans exist without demons. These revelations threaten the magisterium's control, and Lyra senses how dangerous this knowledge truly is. Though Asriel dismisses her curiosity and leaves for the frozen north, he unknowingly plants the seeds of a destiny far greater than Lyra could imagine. That night, Lyra boasts to Roger about traveling north one day. But her excitement is overshadowed when a glamorous and powerful woman arrives at Jordan College. Mrs. Coulter is charming, intelligent, and mesmerizing, accompanied by a silent golden monkey demon that unsettles Lyra. Mrs. Coulter speaks of adventure, discovery, and the wonders of the north, capturing Lyra's imagination completely. Against the master's better judgment, Lyra is allowed to leave the college under Mrs. Coulter's protection. But danger follows immediately. Billy Costa returns to claim the promised poison, only for Mrs. Coulter's golden monkey to viciously attack his demon. In the chaos, Billy and Roger are abducted by the Gobblers. Lyra is left behind, horrified and helpless, while the truth about Mrs. Coulter's cruelty begins to crack her polished exterior. Elsewhere, the magisterium openly discusses experiments meant to sever children from their demons, believing this will eliminate dust and enforce obedience. Before Lyra departs, the college master secretly entrusts her with a rare and powerful object, the alethiometer, a golden compass that reveals the truth to those who can read it. He warns her never to let the magisterium find it. As Lyra travels with Mrs. Coulter, passing the towering headquarters of the magisterium itself, her unease grows. Mrs. Coulter's words sound kind, but her actions feel increasingly controlled, rehearsed, and ominous. In Mrs. Coulter's elegant home, Lyra is paraded through high society, praised when obedient and punished when curious. Alone in her room, she studies the alethiometer, sensing it responds to her in ways she doesn't yet understand. When she accidentally mentions dust, Mrs. Coulter's charm evaporates instantly. Her golden monkey attacks Pantalaimon, inflicting unbearable pain through Lyra's bond with her demon. In that moment, Lyra realizes Mrs. Coulter is not a protector, but a captor. Determined to uncover the truth, Lyra sneaks into Mrs. Coulter's office and discovers letters confirming her connection to the Gobblers. Worse still, she finds a list of kidnapped children, including Roger's name. Terror and fury collide inside her as she understands the full scope of the magisterium's cruelty. When Mrs. Coulter's demon steals the alethiometer, Lyra acts fast, sending Pantalaimon to escape with it through the window. Lyra is nearly captured while fleeing, but salvation arrives in the form of the Egyptians, a seafaring people who have secretly watched over her for years. Led by John Faya and Ma Costa, they rescue Lyra and reveal their long alliance with Lord Asriel. For the first time, Lyra understands that her uncle's influence reaches far beyond Jordan College, and that she herself has been part of a much larger story all along. When Lyra reveals the alethiometer to the Egyptians, an elder named Farder Koram recognizes it as a truth-telling device requiring rare intuition. Guided by his wisdom, Lyra manages to draw answers from it, though she doesn't yet fully understand how. Her ability amazes everyone present and confirms that she is special. Meanwhile, Mrs. Coulter grows obsessed with recovering the compass, unleashing deadly spy flies to hunt Lyra down. As the Egyptians prepare to rescue the children, Lyra learns that the abductees are being held at a northern research station called Bolvangar. A witch queen named Serafina Pekkala appears and confirms this truth, recognizing Lyra's gift and warning that the road ahead is deadly. Lyra feels fear, but also purpose. She is no longer running, she is choosing to fight. At a northern port town, Lyra meets Lee Scoresby, a roguish aeronaut who agrees to help her journey. She also encounters Yorick Burnison, an exiled armored bear stripped of his armor and honor. When Lyra uses the alethiometer to locate Yorick's stolen armor, she earns his loyalty for life. Once reunited with his armor, Yorick becomes a fearsome ally, bound by bear law and unbreakable honor. As the group advances north, the magisterium orders their destruction. Lyra secretly consults the alethiometer and sees a vision of a lonely house by a frozen lake. Against advice, she goes there and discovers Billy Costa, alive but hollow, his demon gone. The sight shatters her heart. Billy's vacant state confirms the horrifying truth. The magisterium is cutting children from their souls to control them. The Egyptian camp is soon attacked, and amid the chaos, Lyra is captured and delivered to Svalbard, home of the armored bears. There she faces King Ragnar, a ruler obsessed with power and desperate to possess a demon. Thinking fast, Lyra lies, claiming she is Yorick's demon. She manipulates Ragnar into agreeing to a duel that will decide the throne itself. If you were standing where Lyra stood, facing a king who could crush you with one blow, would you risk everything on a lie to save others, or would fear silence you? Tell me in the comments what you would do. When Yorick arrives, Lyra reveals her deception, but the bear sees opportunity rather than betrayal. In a brutal battle, Ragnar initially dominates, breaking Yorick's arm and boasting of victory. But Yorick uses skill and strategy over brute force, delivering a fatal blow and reclaiming his rightful throne. Lyra's gamble pays off, proving her courage and cleverness once again. On the way to Bolvangar, Lyra crosses a collapsing ice bridge and presses on alone. Disguising herself, she infiltrates the research station and reunites with Roger. Though joy fills their reunion, danger lurks everywhere. Lyra hides as Mrs. Coulter arrives, overhearing devastating news. Lord Asriel has escaped captivity, and the Magisterium has ordered his execution. Lyra's cover is blown, and she is dragged into the very machine used to sever children from their demons. As the process begins, Mrs. Coulter storms in and stops it, shaken and furious. When Lyra awakens, Mrs. Coulter reveals the truth. She is Lyra's mother, and Lord Asriel is her father. The revelation rocks Lyra to her core, but it does not erase the horror of what Mrs. Coulter has done. Mrs. Coulter explains her twisted belief that dust corrupts innocence and must be destroyed to preserve order. Refusing to accept this, Lyra tricks her into opening a container holding a captured spy fly, which stings Mrs. Coulter unconscious. Seizing her chance, Lyra destroys the separation machine and frees the imprisoned children. Soldiers swarm the facility, but Yorick arrives like a force of nature, scattering them as the Egyptians join the fight. The children are rescued at last, but Lyra knows the danger isn't over. Roger insists on staying with her as she decides to warn Lord Asriel of the Magisterium's plans to kill him. As they travel by airship, the witch Seraphina warns Lee Scoresby that Lyra is central to a prophecy about a war across all worlds, a fight for free will itself. Lyra consults the alethiometer and learns she carries something Asriel desperately needs. Though she promises Roger they will return home one day, she knows their path is now set towards something far greater. Lyra declares that no matter what the Magisterium throws at them, they will not back down. She is no longer just an orphan girl from Jordan College. She is a symbol of defiance, truth, and change, carrying the weight of multiple worlds on her shoulders. With enemies closing in and destiny calling louder than ever, Lyra presses forward into the frozen unknown, guided by the alethiometer and her unbreakable bond with Pantalaimon. The battle for truth has only just begun, and the fate of countless lives now rests in her hands. If you enjoyed this epic journey through courage, betrayal, and destiny, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to catch our next recap. Drop a comment with your thoughts, and keep watching for more unforgettable stories right here.